All right. Good day, everybody. This is Teacher Jackie for VClass. So we have just finished our session for INSET 2022, and we already have discussed about the 5G teacher and also with the responsive teaching, that is HYFLEX learning. So this time I am going to talk about recalibrating our weekly home learning plan. So this weekly home learning plan is actually based on the module that we have. So today I am going to show you how we are going to do this recalibrated weekly home learning plan. So with the term recalibrated, it means that we are going to move a step higher. That is because we have to improve, continually improve due to this new normal setup that we are having right now. And teachers have to be flexible. Teachers have to do something so that we can reach out both parents and students at home. So, whatever it is that you are doing, may it be offline or online, or maybe blended approach. So, we are going to recalibrate our weekly home learning plan to further suit the needs of the teachers, the parents, and the learners. So, without so much ado, I am going to show you this picture that you are looking at right now is actually the module, the cover page of the module. So we have here, this module is for grade 6. So this is English Quarter 3 Module 2, Evaluate Narratives, based on how the author developed the setting and characters. So this is what I am going to use for this recalibrated weekly home learning plan. So what am I going to do? First is I am going to review first what is in this module. So as you can see in this module, we have in here things that we could do. So lesson 1 is, well, this is not lesson 1, but for this quarter, this is already lesson 2, and we are going to talk about setting and characters. So we are going to talk about the settings and characters in the story. So with this in mind, there are some activities provided in this module, right? So there's no problem with that. We are going to check and we are going to choose the things that will apply to our learners. Okay, there are many activities here, and then we have the answer keys at the end part. Okay, so we have the answer keys at the end part. Now with these answer keys, you can practice with parents can practice with their children how to do about this module. Now, since I already have shown you the module, we are now going to make a recalibrated weekly home learning plan. And how am I going to do that? Okay, how am I going to do that? So I will stop sharing this so that I will share another thing. So I am going to share to you another screen. So I will be presenting the sample of my weekly home learning plan. Now, since this is already week 2, February 12, so it must be 14. Oh, that's Valentine's Day. So February 14, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, until February 19. So it should be until February 19, 2022. So this is the allotted time for my subject. So once again, I am teaching English grade 6. Then this is from the milk. Okay, so this is basically the competency that I have to take for this week. Now, what am I going to do? So, the recalibrated work weekly home learning plan is actually directed to the parents. So, it would start with, dear parents, please assess your child in. So, actually, this is the things that I did for last, uh, shall I say, last week. Okay, for week one. So, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, because this is more on the coherent and comprehensive report on coherent and comprehensive report on differing viewpoints on an issue. So I'm going to delete this one because I am going to start a new one. So as I have shown to you, I was looking at the module. The module is talking about Module 2 is evaluates narratives on how the authors developed the setting and characters. So I am now going to ask my parent, the parent of the learner, should I say, to understand the terms first about setting and characters. Okay, so I am going to say, dear parents, please assist your child in defining the following terms. So this will be the first thing that they should do. Setting, and then of course you have the characters. Okay, so you can find this in page. So I'm going to indicate now the page where the parents can find this activity. So this is actually found in page 1. You can find this on page 1. So you can let your child write this down on the notebook. Now, I required my learners to have a notebook at home so that from time to time they can also write down the important things that they need to write so that when they have to review something, they will have a reference. So, but they're not going to submit the notebook to me. It's for their own consumption. So this is, you can let your child write this down on the notebook. So they keep this notebook and this will serve as their material for reviewing. So I am now going to proceed to the next thing that they are going to do. So after that, um, I will ask them to uh, then you may try answering the activities on pages. So they're going to write in to do activity 1. You can also have activity 2 that is on page 2. Okay, on page 2 Okay, you may try answering the activities on page 2, and then the answer key is at the end part of the module. So it means that they don't need to write it down in the worksheet. It's not part of the worksheet. It's just like a practice for them so that they will have something like a drill among themselves, the parent and the child. Okay? So it's now time for us to move on to the next thing that they are going to do. So they are now going to study the concepts in page 3. Okay. Now study the ideas and concepts found in page 3. Okay. So page 3, this will actually talk about setting and the characters. So to further understand, so I'm going to say to further understand about settings and characters. Okay. So after that, now I'm going to have, so if they did this one, okay. So here is now the thing about opinion. So since the topic is evaluate narratives based on how the author developed the elements. So upon understanding the elements, they will have their own opinion. Okay. Then understand that on page 4, that in page 4, you have to form that the learner, okay, I'm going to say that learner, okay, the learner should have her opinion about these elements. Okay, so it's very important that at this stage learners will be able to come up with their own opinion, and they will not be dependent on uh, the trivial information that they could find in a story, like only about what, when, where. So they have to think about the why and the how, the what ifs, right? Okay. So that is now making them reach the higher order thinking skills. Okay. So what's next? So we are done with page 4. So by the way, this recalibrated weekly home learning plan is an upgrade of the previous weekly home learning plan. This time, this is directed to the parents so that they can better assess their children, their learners at home. So with this, parents are our partners in learning. Okay, so that's why our learning tasks is addressed to the parents. Okay, so we're done with page 4. And also this one, the recalibrated weekly home learning plan serve as the manual for parents so that they can better execute things in the module. Okay, so now there will be a reading. Okay, reading activity. Okay, so I am going to have it here now. Then this is on page 4 to 5. It's quite a passage. So The Angel by Hans Christian. Okay, next, please read the selection. So please ask your child to read the selection. What is that? What's the title of that? Forgot. The Angel. The Angel by Hans Christian. Okay, selection. The Angel by Hans Christian. What was that again? Okay, Abderson. So we have here Abderson. That is pages. What's the page? This is pages 4 to 5. Am I not mistaken? Okay, pages 4 to 5. That is pages 4 to 5. Okay, so after this one, maybe I'll ask them to answer activity. So I'm going to say activity 1 and 2 on activity 2 and 3. Huh? Activity 1 and 2. Okay. Answer activities 1 and 2 on page 6 orally. I mean, let your child answer activities 1 and 2 on page 6 orally with you. Then answer activity 3 on the space provided in the worksheet. Then I'm going to have a crop. I'm going to crop how it looks like in the worksheet. Okay, so as you can see, in this case, so I'm going to have the size. Maybe I'll just have it height by 3. Is that big? Is that big enough or so small? Okay, so I'm going to check this one. Okay, so this is actually activity 3, and this is found in the worksheet. So the kids could answer here. So with the guidance of the parents. Okay, so this is the first thing that they do with the worksheet, right? Okay, so after that, so at least you are able to do something, and then next to that, uh, they will have what I have learned and what I can do on pages 7 to 8. Okay, now you have to continue practicing on your own for for the portions. What's the name? Mm, I always forget what I have learned is what I have learned and what I can do found on pages mhm, 7 and 8. Pages 7 to 8. Okay, now it's like that. So continue practicing on your own for the portions what I have learned and what I can do found on pages 7 to 8. So then finally, okay, so finally this is now for the assessment. So I have some chopper passing by. So the assessment will be about the educated man and the peasants. So they're going to read the passage on pages 9 to 10. Read the passage. So the passage is, what is that again? Somebody's calling me, but I'm not going to answer yet. The educated man and the peasant. The educated man and the peasant. Okay, so the educated man and the peasant on pages 9 to 10 for assessment. After that, they are going to okay, they're going to answer the assessment portion found in the worksheet. Okay, so after that, we will have, so it's in 10, right? So the rubrics is given to you on page 10. And then, so I guess we're almost finished. So yeah, so the answer key followed. So I think that's it. So I have a reminder, and that is to turn in the module with the worksheet as scheduled. So for the final touch, since VClass TV has this supplemental video lesson, so I usually forward to them the link in my group chat. So I am going to change the thumbnail here. I'm going to change that with the thumbnail that I have in my file because I already have a video lesson for that. So I'm just going to share it with them. So I have here. Mhm. So going to the thumbnail. Okay, there you go. So finally, I was able to finish my recalibrated weekly home learning plan for week 2. So what matters really is the learning tasks. So that is how I am going to end this afternoon session, which I actually work on live. So I am working live today. So I guess that's it. So if you have some questions and if you want to have a copy of this weekly home learning plan that I have just created today, I will be posting a link on the descriptions later on. So feel free to download if ever it suits you. Thank you very much. And that is once again Teacher Jackie from VClass TV. So, working on live with this weekly home learning plan. See you again next time. Thank you for being with me.